Hey, it's Bonefist, Peterborough's first real superhero, and in this video, I'll be going over some of the Rlsh equipment and gear that I've acquired since the last video. If you haven't seen that, I recommend you go and check it out now. And some of this new stuff may have been mentioned in previous videos, but may have been not something that I had at the time. So we'll go straight into it with the garbage picker-upper, the trash grabber is what I like to call it. And you can acquire these at most dollar stores or hardware stores, and they're usually either for lazy people or for garbage picking up. And mine just happens to have a small magnet at the end of it, so you can pick up keys or possibly needles and stuff like that you may not want to prick your hands on, maybe knives. And I've also covered it in purple tape to fit the aesthetic a little bit. Now that's one of the more boring items. One of the more awesome items that I think I've acquired is the flashlight holster, which can clip onto your belt or my utility belt, which I don't know if you can see, but I do have it on. Clips onto the belt and can be rotated, so you can have the light on and attached, but from the belt. And then you could also rotate it up just to have the flashlight ready to go. Also, this is a telescopic flashlight, so you can aim in a little bit closer on what you want to shine your light on. This isn't the highest lumen of flashlights, I don't know the exact number, but it's pretty decent, and I'm working my way towards a higher lumen flashlight. It can be a little tough to get in there, especially when it's not on the waist. But once it's in there, 360 rotation on that flashlight holster, so you can even have it upside down if you wanted it to, pointed at an angle downwards. Very useful item. Another item that I do have that comes in many forms, which I recommend for most Rlsh and almost any person, is a personal alarm. Now, I don't know if you can see these two, but they are made by Sabre. And Sabre personal alarms, they make some pretty decent ones. You can usually find these at hardware stores or maybe a Walmart, Target, stores like that. And what they do is they'll usually have a button, or this one has a pull pin on it. It's like a keychain that you pull, almost similar to a grenade. You're pulling a pin, but a little bit different. Similar to that, and it will emit a high decibel sound that will either frighten off or deter criminals and attract people to the situation. And I'm not going to set it off now because it is a very loud sound, and I'll just keep those to the side for now. This one also happens to have a light and can be clipped on. There's also armband ones that will kind of have a Velcro armband around or leg. Similar things like that. Personal alarms. High decibel sound to attract attention in case you're in a situation or someone else may be. Some other things. I'll open. This is my little storage bin here. I do have a small backpack that unfolds. Not going to show the full thing, but it does come out and unfold into a small backpack in case you need to carry some things or you just have a small backpack ready to go. Another thing, it does have a clip on it to attach to my belt, as well as the trash grabber does have a clip to attach to my belt loops. Some tongs for some close garbage pickup. Also, gloves can be good for this. I don't have any at the moment. Lots of lights. Lights can grab attention or just, light up the night like they're supposed to, light up darkness. These are shoe lights that wrap around your shoes and stay on. You can turn them on. Get a nice red glow, red flashing, or off. I have two of those. Some kind of clip lights that can go onto my gloves or onto my wrist, even onto my belt if I need them for later to light up an area, but they just have a basic light, I do have a large med kit that I'll usually carry on backpack, but I do have my small med kits in my pouches, as well as the classic stuff like a notepad, pen, or a pencil, possibly a sharpener if you are using a pencil, backups for lots of things, flashlights, garbage bags, room for my wallet and or phone, stuff like that, hand sanitizer, masks, of course. Move some of that stuff to the side. Some of this stuff over here, some of the just new armory kind of equipment. We do have knee pads and elbow pads, kind of tactical looking gray. They do have a nice flex to them. Pretty decent, pretty resilient to attacks. Those I'll actually take with me. Some shoulder pads. Shoulder pads that have colored purple. Also can be used as knee pads. Set those aside. And I know if you've seen my Instagram, you've seen the bone shield, which of course fits on. Looks very sweet. Pretty hard, pretty resilient. Of course, I wouldn't take this and use this as any weapon. Don't be inspired by any superhero-y stuff, Captain America, and go and start punching people with a shield. This is maybe just for comic-y appearances. Of course, I'd call before if I was going to a comic store or something, or an appearance to see if it was okay to bring something like this. But it is just for fun. Has a nice Shao Lao on it from Iron Fist. Working on a own symbol for myself, but that's pretty close. Iron Fist, Bone Fist, huge inspiration, of course. And I think that pretty much covers everything, other than, keep your hand sanitizers and masks, even till after COVID, to make sure, things are really good. And if you're watching this after these dark times, we made it through, and I think we'll make it through, even if we haven't yet. Keep those masks on, keep sanitizing, keep those germs away. keep your social distancing, physical distancing, whatever you want to call it. Take all precautions, because we want to stop this. We want to help ourselves get through this. And of course I say, don't use any weapons. Don't I wouldn't even take this out into public other than with permission from a store or somewhere that I'm going for a publicity event, maybe a Comic-Con or something. If maybe your police allowed it and you had okay from them or from someone who is okay with that, do have a shield of some kind. Other than that, I would recommend you don't, because it can still be considered a weapon, even though it's for more defensive purposes. Keep those on the down low. And of course, if you live in the United States, use your own discretion, but I would still recommend no weapons or anything that can be considered a weapon. Take all these with a grain of salt, but lots of these can be useful, like a flashlight holster. Of course, if you have some kind of belt. Personal alarms I recommend for anyone. Like I said, won't set it off right now, but it is a high decibel sound, and you can get them at different ranges, of course, too, up to a certain point where it'll cause a lot of damage. But even this, too, I wouldn't recommend it. Doing it beside someone's ear could cause ear damage to them. Obviously, do not do that. These are only for situations where you need to pull it and gain attraction or scare off an offender, either for enough time for you to run or do whatever you need to do, escape or grab whatever you need to grab and get out of there. Like I said, these are some of my gear and equipment. There might be future update videos on this, and you should also check out some of our other Rlsh training videos. This, of course, will be some of our gear and equipment for Rlsh. We do have a part in the training videos where I go over some other stuff that may be a good idea, like a notepad and pen for taking notes down. Don't have to rely on a phone. Other good things might be a charging pack. I do have that, I guess, kind of separate. Charging pack for your phone in case your phone runs out of battery. You can plug it in and still charge it on the go. Possibly having data on your phone so you can use internet without having to connect to somewhere. All these things are great ideas, and if you have any more, leave them in the comment section. Very, very thankful for any comments you may have, either supporting or against. Let's make Rlsh a discussion. Let's grow it as a community. Make sure to also like, comment, share, and subscribe. Do all the things. Hit the little notification bell so you can be notified. Check out our Instagram. Bonefist Instagram is pretty cool. We show off some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, some of the unfinished shield. We might have some of the things from this video up close, and some of the descriptions of them. So make sure to check that out. And thanks for watching. Bonefist out.